All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It is time to begin the one and only, the best show in the league. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Beyond the Rift. I don't know how to do an opening theme song. Starring your ever beautiful host, Imaqtpie, the award-winning League of Legends attack damage carry. Hey, everybody. And joining him today, who are you, my friend?
A lot of people may already know me, but for people who do not, I was the person on the left's teammate. I'm a mid lane player currently playing solo queue. I stream a lot. I do a bunch of random stuff like interviews, create content like Cutie, and all around, I'm just a fun guy.
He's a fun guy, and he's here every day. This is Beyond the Rift number 15, episode number 15. Can you believe, Scar? 15 episodes in.
I actually, it's a landmark for sure. I can't wait to see what we're doing.
15 is the landmark. That's the number.
Okay, well, come on. I was just trying to hype it up, you know. I mean, maybe for the 16th one, maybe that's our landmark.
Scar, did you ever think when we first started Beyond the Rift, 15 episodes?
I thought one of us would just have gotten sick of the other person and they would have stopped at like 10. But you know what? If 5 episodes past that, I still love you, man.
Hey, I still love you too. Then let's get it underway, my friend. Let's go. But wait. Before we go, we got the Discord Q&A that goes on every time on Beyond the Rift. If you've ever tuned in before, if you're new here, let me explain it to you. So what you're going to want to do, down below, there's a Discord link. You click that. You download the program, then you go to discord.gg/ whatever it says down below, and then you just go to the Beyond the Rift Q&A section and ask some questions, dude. We'll be answering them at the end of this beautiful show. And shout outs, dude, to Bloody Scar. Let me see what you're rocking right now. Brought to you by Bloody. Check out these headphones. Are you kidding me, man? These things are futuristic, dude. It's like I've gone to the future, copped a pair of these. Scar, what do you think of these things?
Yeah, I think these have a very nice steampunkish look. They just threw some gears on it. I'm ready to go. I like the look. It's comfortable. It's comfy. I'm good to go.
But Scar, what do you really think of it?
I think they're great, dude. I think they're at least as great as you are.
Well, there you go, my friends. There's the truth coming out of Scarra. So shout outs to those guys. But let's get it underway. Topic number 1, Scarra. Are you ready for it?
Oh, I'm so ready. Let's go.
Then topic number 1. Beyond the Rift Profits predict SKT to win World. Can you believe that we got the prediction right? Can you believe that throughout the entirety of Worlds, we thought SKT would win?
Truly, no one else predicted it but us two.
Yes. So what did you think of that, Scar? How exactly could you ascertain that knowledge that many would have thought foolish?
You know, I just thought to myself, one team has Faker and the other team doesn't. The guy's pretty good in the game. I'm pretty sure the team with Faker can win. And lo and behold, I was correct.
Wow, you truly are a prophet. What did you think the chances were for any other team? Did you think SKT could really do it a third time?
Oh, man. You know what? I thought they had it clean, and then it got to the third game, and I was like, oh, okay. I tweeted something. I was like, oh, at least the first game was kind of close, you know? And then all of a sudden, they commenced the Baron throw. Something that I've seen multiple times in my life. They decided, you know what? We don't want to win this game. Let's keep the series spicy. And it went to a full 5 games. This is definitely not what I expected.
What'd you think of the 5 games? Yeah, I predicted it to be. I said 3-1. You actually said 3-2, right?
Yeah. But like, honestly, it should have been a 3-0. Let's be real.
Yeah, I thought
it should have been over on the third game.
Yeah, I mean, it was an interesting series. I think SKT was kind of playing with their food.
Oh, absolutely. I think though, Samsung's late game decision making, shot calling is really good, like super good, world class. It's just that their early game isn't as good, and they just get clapped by SKT. And so I think after the third game, SKT was like, oh man, like I don't know what to do. Maybe we should put in blank for a game. And then he actually just like killed himself with Zag. I don't know if you saw. He literally by himself into the enemy red side, got himself killed, and then they lost. So it was just like I thought, yeah, they play with their food way too much, and it became a really, really close series. But I was really impressed with how good Samsung played, actually.
Well, do you think SKT? Let's just because these predictions were too easy, dude. Let's just take it to the next level. Do you predict SKT to win Worlds for a fourth time?
I don't even know what the roster is. I don't even care what the roster is. If they have Coma and they have Faker, yeah, they'll win. They'll win the next time, sure. Next year or the year after, easy.
What do you predict the score to be?
They're gonna 3-0.
Shit, dude. I'm gonna go with 3-1 SKT for next year's Worlds.
All right, I'm gonna go with 3-0 SKT. I'm gonna say the enemy team may have a lot of good players, but I just trust SKT could just blow them out.
Well, there you go, friends. Next year's Worlds already predicted. Beyond the Rift does it better than anybody else with the prediction. Let's move on to the next topic. Doublelift, my man Pengya Lang, who I know personally, is taking a break in the spring split to stream and coming back to compete in the summer. Is that the right move? Does Pengya Lang need to take a little break? I think what Pengya Lang wants, Pengya Lang gets. But that's just me.
Man, all right. So let me ask you, do you agree with this decision?
To take a break? Yeah, why not?
Yes.
If he truly thinks he needs a break, I mean, I don't think he's going to come back, but if he truly thinks he needs a break, do more power to him.
Whoa, okay. Well, what makes you think he's not going to come back? He's gonna take a little sip of that streaming life and realize, oh, the sip's quite good. Tastes, goes down the throat quite well. Tastes a nice texture, nice flavor. He's just going to sip it for the next year.
Realistically, I was talking with my chat about this. It's like, how old's Doublelift? He's like 23 years old, and everyone always says when you get past the ripe old age of 22, you can't compete, and your mechanics just go to trash. You have no like reaction time, like he's just too old to keep compete. Like, what do you think, Scott? I was telling my chat, I'm telling you, the Reginator, he found Doublelift's birth certificate and he just kicked him off the team off that. Like,
so you think only if the age is young can they compete?
Yeah, I think 22 below, that's when you're at your prime to game.
So if you can find the age on the clock, that's like the prime age.
Nah, I think that's bullshit. I hear that shit so much, and it's just so triggering. Like, dude, you know why there's only young kids? It's because only young kids can hone their senses into playing League of Legends. It's like, no, dude. But I don't think Doublelift's going to return just because he might just be sick of it. I mean, I don't know how much he burns out, but he's been playing the game for a long time, and I don't want to flame him, but like, what does he have to show for it? Like, what does he have to show for all the years he's put into the game?
Dude, come on, man.
I'm not trying to flame. I'm saying in a completely non-flamish way. Like,
he's got 2 split finals, dude, and he got out of groups at Worlds.
Yeah, but is that an achievement?
I feel like, okay, a lot of people are driven by the competition, and I can definitely respect that. I guess I agree with you. I think there might be a chance that Doublelift doesn't come back. It just depends on the person, I think as a teammate of his, I'd be kind of disheartened because, if like TSM had a great season this last season, right? Sure, they underperformed at Worlds, whatever you want to say about that. But like they like stomped domestic competition. They brought in a rookie and they just like crushed everything. And they and then like throughout the season, all the players got better. I don't think they should replace anyone on the roster really. And I think that going into spring split, if they had the same roster completing spring and summer, that's like the longest time a TSM roster is going to be together recently. And I think that they could really make a better international push. But now that Doublelift's deciding to take a break and says he potentially might come back, it kind of, I can understand it be kind of frustrating for the teammates being like, look, how come you're allowed to have this break and not us? But I understand that it's really situational because he's been playing for probably 6 years or like 5 years competitively, and so it's situational based on the person, and maybe he really feels like he needs to break.
Yeah, like I think if he need, like I've heard those words before. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break playing competitive. I'm just gonna stream for a little bit and come back. You know, I've heard that. I've heard someone say that once before, and then they never came back. So I don't think he's gonna come back. Maybe he will. Maybe I'll have a new passion. There are some players who took a break from playing competitive. They took like a year-long break, came back stronger than before. Do I think Doublelift will be one? I mean, maybe. I don't know his like true intentions. I don't know like anything. I mean, I say Peng Yuling is my man, but he's not really. So, I mean, hopefully his team, yeah, what you said, his team has to be okay with it, because if they're not okay with it, he's probably not coming back regardless. Like if they're like, all right, dude, you need to put in as much work as the rest of us. And he's just like, nah, I'm just gonna go and fucking take a split off. Good luck, guys. Yeah. But
I mean,
what?
I think like when you get older and you start looking at other responsibilities, I think that's the biggest thing. It's like age is the reaction time and all that stuff. Age, I think the
That shit
reaction
doesn't
time, all
matter.
that BS isn't like the real reason for why when you get older you start seeing less and less people play esports. It's more that people start to realize that there's like more responsibilities. Like because when you're young, you just play like 16 hours a day every day. It doesn't matter because you don't have any responsibilities. When you grow up, it sucks having to like worry about stuff like paying bills and like where to live and like dealing with like just like more like responsibilities as they come in. And maybe Doublelift's gotten to the point where he's like, maybe it is close to my retirement age and I could cash out really hard in the next year. And so yeah, I don't know what his motivation is, and I'm not close enough to say that yes he'll do this or yes
You
he'll
don't think
do
he's
this.
cashing out on TSM? You think he's doing it for the money on Team Solo Mid, dude?
Dude, he's like his break is literally like he just wants to know what life is like away from gaming, and I think
Wait,
that
but he's still gaming.
life is like away from like the really high pressure situation. I think that I don't know how motivated or how motivated he is to play again. I really think that maybe he lost his drive a little bit, and if he doesn't find it, there may be a chance he doesn't come back. But I don't know, and I'm willing to. I'm just very interested to watch how he does throughout the. I actually think there's a good chance after he streams for 2 months, he's just gonna get bored, like super bored, because I don't think he's the type of person that enjoys streaming day after day.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it takes a certain type of person to. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Because,
no,
dude, for a lot of streamers, I mean, you know what I'm talking about with it. Like a lot of streamers fucking hate Twitch chat. I don't understand it, dude. Because I love Twitch chat. When you guys meme me like, "Cutie, you suck, dude. You're washed up." It's like, yeah, I do. But a lot of people, when they hear that, it's like, you guys really think that? I don't know. I feel like that'd get to that, like that light the fire beneath him when his chat. Doublelift, you're washed. Doublelift, you're the reason TSM sucks. You suck, dude. It's like, no, I'm going back now and I'm gonna prove it.
yeah, I think the most likely scenario for my end is that he just gets bored within 1 to 2 months. Like in his mind, a fiction's great or fantasy's greater than reality. In his mind, the streamer life, he makes mad cash. He has a girlfriend now. He's able to spend time with his girlfriend. Maybe on the weekends, go to the movies more, play some mini golf, all this stuff. But actually, what he realizes that in a month is that he just gets bored out of his mind, and that's when he begs TSM on his knees to take him back. And we see Doublelift back in the LCS by playoffs.
You really think he'll get bored? I don't think he'd get bored. Like,
Really? I think there's a chance. I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe
solo
not.
queue is pretty fun and it's pretty competitive if you play it. I mean, competitive. I don't know how to phrase it. It's as competitive as it gets for a random pickup game. I don't fucking know. Like, unless they had voice comms, it'd never be really competitive. But
Yeah, I think like there's just too many. Like he's used to a higher level
Oh
of
yeah,
playing
dude. I mean,
consistency.
I can't wait to see him once if he ever gets his accounts to Challenger and he can't do it. I'd love to see him like going on his own, fending for himself with these monkeys that he gets as support. Dude, like I don't know how he plays right now, but I'm assuming he's duo queuing most of the time. Dude, once you take that away and you can't play with like a support that's not a random, that's gonna be fun. Dude. He's gonna fucking love it. That welcome to my nightmare, my friend.
All right, but you think he's not going back? I
Hell
think
no.
he'll be back by playoffs.
Well, do you think it's the right move for him to take a break, though?
Uh, I think the off season is like a long enough break, but I guess we'll see. I don't think he necessarily needs it, but I'm not him, and so he's been playing for a lot longer than most players. I think he's one of the longest playing. He's like up there with Pobelter on like that guy has played like since the start of the game, and
Yeah.
so maybe he really does need it. But I think the off season is like a couple of months. I think it's easy to use that as downtime rather than taking the whole split off because everyone's getting better. If you're taking 6 months off just grinding solo queue, I think that
I
I
don't
don't
think
know if
solo
that's
queue
like
necessarily makes you. I feel like solo queue's fine for keeping up mechanics.
oh I think yeah, but you learn so much more being able to like watch replays and work as a team, right? I
I
think
mean,
that
I
you have
feel
really
like the most important thing is team play, yeah, but I don't think he's gonna get worse from playing solo queue. Like he might get worse in terms of
I
communicating.
don't think he'll get worse. I just don't think he'll get better. I think that like time's proven that
All right, then let's get into this. Then, do you think that? So they said that they could, if they find an AD who's better, he's gonna have to fight for his spot or whatever. Do you think that they'll find an AD who's better?
mm,
They don't have an import slot free, right? Or do they?
they
They
do
do.
because Bjergsen's
Yeah.
officially not an import now.
Okay.
Which means I think if they import someone, they could do it. But I also think having a full English roster is why it is like something that's really important to be able to keep communication very clean. And
Yeah.
so, oh, I think though that they probably can't if they look domestically. I think Double is still going to be the best choice by summer. However, I find that unless he really, really needs the mental reset that offseason can't give him, that this isn't like the right way to go if you're looking to win worlds. But that's just my own personal opinion.
Yeah. I mean, of course, if you're trying to like win worlds, taking a split up. I mean, I won't say of course because again, I don't know his like mental state at the moment. Maybe he's just so torn right now that he needs the break and then yeah, of course, that's the best thing for you if you need a reset, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna find a better AD though. I think most of the ADs in solo queue are garbage. I'm just gonna say it, dude. I'm just gonna be
So we're gonna
realistic.
we're gonna see him. Are we gonna see him back for summer at least?
If he wants to play, I think he's gonna have the spot guaranteed.
All right, all right. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, dude. Hey, Peng Yeleng though, enjoy that streamer life, my friend. Let's move on to the
Yes.
next topic. If you had to build a team from the ground up, which positions and type of players would you look for? Ooh, talking about finding some player. I think the most important thing in a competitive team, communication. Communication wins game. It doesn't matter if you have five of the fucking best players because you can look at China and that shit doesn't make a difference if you don't know how to fucking communicate effectively. So I'd focus on communication. Which position, it doesn't matter. Just have them all be able to communicate. I don't even care if they're friends with each other. They could all hate each other for all I fucking care. Just have them be able to talk with one another in concise ways that allows them to get their thoughts across. And I'll be happy with the team.
You know what? I completely agree with you. I remember when I was coaching CLG, people were asking me to import like Koreans plus Europeans, and I was just like, know how hard it is to work with like multiple language rosters. I think that communication is one of the most important things, and probably the most important thing. But for me personally, I always like to build around mid jungle. I think that those two roles have always been the top three roles, just historically, and mid being like a competitive number one or number two role of all time. And so, if I was going to build a team from the ground up, I'd make sure they can communicate and lead the team, and one of the two people I get has to be mid or jungle.
You think mid and jungle? Yeah, I'd say mid and jungle are probably the most important, or
Mhm.
maybe like.
Maybe support if they're really good at leading a team. Like,
Yeah, the thing is that it's really because I think top's a pretty important role. Jungle's important, support's important. I feel like the most interchangeable role, honestly, is AD because it's pretty fucking brainless. Like
yeah,
I'm an AD player. I'll just come out and say AD is the most like brainless. Like it's so plug and play. You could put anyone on the position, and as long as they're not terrible, they could probably perform like at a decent level. So the most important things are everything other than AD for if I
yeah,
was building a team.
and I think it should say something that it's considered like way above average at double F shot calls for the team. And that's just the standard because because the AD carry role is like apparently so mechanically demanding that like everyone assumes that the support role should be shot calling, the support and jungle. I think that's like I don't know. I think that's gonna go away over the times because people are gonna realize that like as an AD, having a brain as the AD carry actually helps out a lot, especially when you're trying to fill out a roster. But yeah, I think the only other exception would be if there was like an Afromu level like leader slash shot caller. I would consider him because that's just fantastic to have to build a team around.
Yeah, so you think that mid and jungle are the most important? I don't know. I feel like top lanes is super important. Like the difference in top laners, like one that knows how to TP
Oh
effectively and one
god.
that doesn't, is just like that makes teams. Like certain teams are just built off of that. So
I think even then the jungle and the mid lane impact like the entire map, while the top laner can only impact like once he has TP after a certain amount of time. And also, I think my standards are just so low for top lane right now because I
yeah,
think
top
North
lanes.
America has never had like a really strong top lane talent pool. Like just over the years, just think about it, dude. Look at LCK; they have back-to-back MVPs top lane. Smeb got MVP last season, I think, and then like you just see like Duke get MVP a lot of games, and then look at NA, you're like impressed when someone top lane carries. Like, oh my god, he made that TP, he got that kill. And I feel like it's just the standards for top lane are so low in North America that we could say that. Like, yeah, maybe top lane is an incredibly important position. I do agree, but I think I've just been like I don't know, scared of the role because throughout the years it's very hard for me to point out a lot of great top lane talent, especially domestically.
Yeah, who would you say? So we have like Hanser. I think Darshan was a really good top laner,
Yeah,
and
I
Darshan
think
communicated really well. So
yeah. In his period of time, I think Darshan's probably or was near the pinnacle of top lane for NA. I think right now Impact and Hanser are better, but both Impact and Hanser have worse communication, from what I understand. And so, especially Hanser, I think Hanser probably is the single like one of the best top laners, but his communication out here on TSM isn't as good as it could be. And so yeah, it's just like everyone's missing a piece to be that godlike top laner. And so I maybe if our level of top lane was like winning MVP back to back every single game, I would think differently of the role. But as is, I'm like happy if the top laner doesn't get solo killed in lane and like can use his TP somewhat effectively to be in the fight.
yeah,
That's
like
pretty depressing to say.
yeah, if I could build a team like the things in my head that I would build a team, there's no way that I'd actually have a team like this that I've built in my head. But yeah, I'd have a top laner that communicates effectively and could use TP. He doesn't even have to win his lane half the time. Just be able to TP, like call stuff and just be active on the like have a like most of the time, most of these top laners have zero fucking presence. Like they never leave top lane, they never do anything. They're just like worthless. So if I could have a top laner like that, a support that is like buddy buddy with the jungle, like, hey dude, let's go do some stuff. All right, let's go and invade and do wards and all that garbage. Mid laner that's like flexing, like, all right, dude, I need everyone to go listen to me, do this, this, and this. I need this. I need my top laner to be ready for a TP. I need that, and then I need an AD that's just able to shut the hell up and like play his role. Like, I don't want anything out of the AD other than him shutting the hell up and playing his role. Because I feel like you agree with me. AD is like the role that you can get the most inflated ego in.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it just comes from also being a role which is the least level dependent and most goal dependent, and being forced to have someone assist you out of the lane. Like you're an elderly person, like you need assistance, and the nurse, which is the support, has to like drag you to this place and then be like, "Oh, sir, your lunch is in the other lane," and she has to like pull you over to the middle lane for you to take the tower. I think that because of that, even if and then because they also get some of the most farm and the most kills, I think AD carry has like almost the highest chance of getting like multi kills every single game. That it's really easy to get a huge ego when you have like such a high KDA and your teams sometimes are just built around making sure you go off.
Yeah, like I just want an AD that's able to like understand that he needs to shut up and just right click. Like that's all I want from you. Just right click stuff and just shut your mouth. And that I don't think I could ever form this like perfect ideal team, but that's what I'd go for if I could.
You want a team where you don't have to say anything and it automatically does everything for you.
Yeah, just spoon
That
feed
sounds
me
like a
like,
great team,
all right,
dude."
cutie, you go. You're gonna go over here. We're gonna make these plays, and then we'll call for you when we need you. And it's like, all right, dude, thank you.
Oh my god, yeah, that sounds like a dream team. Man. I wish I had a team that could shot Cutie, go into this lane, make sure hit the 6 CS auto 7 times in that tower and rotate mid lane.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how it is, but that's probably how it is for most ADs, right? Like their support just babies, though.
Some of them do, but I think that a lot of teams right now are starting to get, as ADs have longer lifespans in competitive, they're starting to have more and more of a brain. And so the ADs have stuck around a long time are starting to take up a lot of shot calling responsibilities because it's not like they have like better mechanics as some of the upcoming players. So people like Mash Me, like Laud, like Doublelift are only able to stay inside the scene a lot of times because their strengths are from like
Everyone's
their decision
fucking
making.
garbage.
Wait, would you say Doublelift's garbage?
No, but I'm saying they're able to stay inside. Like, who's their competition, dude? There's not a solo queue plan. Oh, dude, this guy's coming up on me. Better start working on my skills. Like, I don't know. I think they're able to stay in because most players are just trash in solo queue. That's another topic for another time. So, at the end of the day, what would you ideally look for? You want mid, jungle, and what type of players are you looking for?
Players that can talk and feed information and can control the. I want leaders, dude. I want people who can be like, who can stand up and have people follow up. When they like snap their fingers, I want the other 4 people on the team to jump. Like I think that those are the people I'd like to build the team around.
That is a good team. I like that. Let's go on to the next one. Many people look at the offseason as a time of volatility, sometimes replacing entire rosters. Is this true? Yes. Next topic. Yeah, I mean, offseason, yeah. I mean, a lot of teams, they'll be unhappy with their rosters. This is the best time to just like turn and burn if they hate the roster. All right, we're dumping everyone. We're going to pick up a new roster and we're going to see how it does this season. So, I mean, volatility comes with it. I don't think that replacing the entire roster is necessarily the best, but what do you think of it?
I think that people overrate the volatility of esports. I think before it used to be really bad, where teams, entire organizations were like leaving and entering into LCS nonstop. But now I think that the scene itself has enough stability to be like, even if you do replace a whole roster, it's like the same thing in real sports where you try to build around like 1 or 2 franchise players, and you try to like just draft like the right players and the right people. I think that it's not nearly as volatile as it could be, especially in a league-oriented scene. I don't know if the same is true for like non-league scenes like Dota, for instance, that are major-based. I hear it in a lot of those scenes, like teams will literally live and die in between majors. But for the most part, I think that leagues gotten to the point where it's stable enough to where like the orgs all kind of stick around, the top orgs. And even if you do replace the players, then it's not that bad. I mean, honestly, I don't know. I've heard rumors of what's going to happen in the offseason, and some teams may just dump
All right,
like
give us some
picks of their
rumors.
players.
Give us some rumors.
Well, like for instance, I'm not sure what the Team Liquid roster is going to look like, and so
You said that their best chance is to just dump the entire roster. Is that what they're gonna do or no?
I think they might play around 1 or 2 people, but there's a good chance that the Team Liquid roster is just completely different. And
Dude,
that's
even
crazy.
after the movie they made?
Well, if anything, the movie they made showed that, dude. Let's just talk about that. You watch clips. You've watched clips of it. You must.
Yeah, I
have
watched
seen
clips of it, dude. It was some grade A stuff. I like
But
it.
like that's like the time when you looked at that. Did you feel like that was like crazy? I just thought that's normal.
Yeah,
Like, I
mean,
expect that.
that's how like some team. I mean, I don't think that team ever has a fucking shit. If that's how they are on the inside, they're never gonna win anything. Like you can't. Like Dardak arguing with the coach and the coach like arguing with them. It's just like this shit's a clown fiesta. Like, how are you supposed to get anywhere as a team with this kind of environment?
Yeah, I think that was like a terrible environment. But the thing is that's not too far fetched for me. I know of teams that have had similar, if not worse, environments of that.
Oh
And, like,
yeah, I mean
old...
that environment's not that like of course like a lot of teams have that environment. Like most of those teams are never gonna get anywhere, but yeah, like that kind of environment's it's not conducive to becoming a better team.
No, absolutely. But I mean, I think if anything, yeah, that documentary just shows where the team was at, and then I think they're just gonna reset the new. That gave us the last glimpse. That was like the roundup for Team Liquid 2016. In 2017, hopefully they don't have another documentary called The Breaking Point or like The Tipping Point or something like that. Hopefully it's like how we got to Worlds for the first time ever in our organization's history. I hope that's the title of their documentary. And honestly, I think I'd be more optimistic as a Team Liquid fan this year because you don't have any expectations. If you start with a brand new roster, you're just like, you know what? They've never gone to Worlds before. I'll be happy if they get top 4 this time. And I think that hopefully they can blow open expectations, or maybe just like puff open expectations, maybe a little bit.
Yeah, so like for the topic with volatility, like some of it's completely necessary because again, you don't know. Like, I mean, we know what's going on backstage, but you guys don't know what's going on backstage. So some of these rosters, when they just like implode and it's like, all right, we're getting rid of everything. We're selling this team. We can't do anything with them. And people are like, oh my God, what the? It's like, well, yeah, I mean, this shit's a mess. They got to.
I remember when, a good example is when we let go of Patoy, and people were just like, why would you do that, dude? That guy was a grade A support, top 3 in the region, potentially number 1, and it was just like, we had a very hard time. Keita, you want to take this over? Why did we let go of Patoy?
Patoy, all right, he was a great support. I mean, he was an okay support. I pretty much, like... So when we first got him, it was in Korea. Let me give you guys a little throwback. I competed in OGN Masters, dude. This was a tournament for only the most prestigious League of Legends players around. I competed in it, and we lost immediately. We didn't win a single game, and we got knocked out. We stayed there for 2 months. They kicked us out instantly, dude. But when we lost that... I will dominate, my former teammate. He said, Cutie Pie, we need a new support, and I know someone. He needs a little help, but he'll be great, I promise. You know what I said? I said, okay. And then we got Patoy. We started synergizing a little bit. He honestly wasn't the greatest support when we first started off, but it didn't matter to me because he listened. I loved Locust. He was a great player, but he had a lot of trouble, I guess, synergizing also with the team. So we'd have communication breakdowns, so we had to let him go. But with Patoy, it started off really well. The problem became that, I mean, I'm not the best teacher, honestly, so I didn't teach him the most important thing. Let me tell you guys, the most important thing you need to be taught is to be humble. I didn't teach him that. That was a grave error on my part because as soon as I realized, because Scarra let me know. Scarra was like, Cutie, I think you forgot to teach this boy something. Because Patoy, he was all right, but he had just a smidgen of an ego that made it kind of hard to like reason with him. Like, hey, dude, that wasn't that great of a play. Maybe try doing something like this, and he'd be like, you're an idiot, and I know it's right. And it's like, well, I mean, I can't argue with it because Reddit thinks you're the best player on the team, but I mean, I just gotta say, like, maybe that wasn't the most optimal play. So, yeah, we ran into a lot of troubles with Patoy that were partly my fault because, yeah,
All right, let me put it this way. Everyone would raved about their great teamwork in lane. This this is how their lane would go. They play Alistar like Lucian or something. This is how the lane face. Level 1, they're about to do an all-in in 20 seconds. Here, let me point out. This is what they say.
these are the kind of comms that win games, by the way.
There we go. That's first blood. So either they died or the other team died. Usually the other team. And people would be. I wouldn't hear a thing. I would just hear first blood. I'd be like, you guys did a great job. But at some point, I had to be like, so can you guys communicate more next time? Like, because eventually it got to the point where like other teams are getting better, and it was just like, so I'm just waiting for them to talk more, you know. But it never happened. And let's just say there was a lack of synergy between the bot lane and just throughout the whole team. And so, remember the first immediate point which was communication is the best thing for a team. Let's just say we did not have much of that on that roster.
Yeah. Like, again, I can't stress enough, communication will win you, like, it doesn't matter if you're outskilled. If you can communicate, you have a chance of winning the game. If you are unable to communicate, you are absolutely doomed. And we were not able to communicate in the slide. The only communication that would happen is we'd go for an all-in, and then like one of us would die, and it'd be like, why didn't you tell me what you were doing, Patoy? Or Patoy, cutie, why didn't you tell me what you're doing? Wah, wah, wah. And then that happened every time until we just got to the point where we just fucking gave up and just booted Patoy. Lol. Yeah, those were that's good times though. Yeah, I enjoyed that one a whole lot. All right, let's just, you know what, for the volatility topic, let's just go. There's a lot of things that happen that people don't realize, and roster changes and all that kind of stuff. It happens for a reason, so don't worry about it, dude. The teams know best. Let's go to the next topic. Many people, they want to know, Scar. You know what they want to know? They want to know what a schedule looks like for a normal streamer. Run us through a day in the life of one. Scar, what's your day like?
Whoa. You start this, dude. You are the more successful
Wait, I'm the
streamer.
host, so I get to dictate how the show's ran, and I say that I want you to start it.
All right. So normally what ends up happening is I cough myself awake at 9, and I try to go back to sleep. That's not possible. I usually read for like 30 minutes to an hour on my phone in bed. Go take a shower, do all the morning rituals, eat breakfast, start my stream at 11. Around 11, probably a little bit late. Stream for 7 hours, 6-7 hours. When I'm done, I'll go to the gym, eat dinner, and then afterwards, it's kind of just depending on what I feel like doing. Before, it used to be creating YouTube content. I'm probably going to go back to that pretty soon, but a lot of times it's just like kind of like resting down, which are like just like, so I'm playing like other games, or I'm playing more League off stream because I really want to do that, or I'm streaming again. And then I do that till midnight, and I go to sleep, and then I do everything else again. So it's a really, really
awesome
simple schedule.
I like that, dude. Yeah, people, when they hear like streamer life, they're like, man, you must go out party and just like, it must be crazy, dude, being a streamer. You must do so much. It's like, I stream for 10 hours a day every day. Like, what do you expect me to do in this time, dude? Like, here's my normal schedule. I wake up, I turn the stream on, that's half the day gone. I eat dinner, I do whatever I can in like 3 hours, and then I go to sleep and then do that again. That's my life, dude. There you go. Like that's the streamer lifestyle. If you want to take on, I mean, I'm sure a lot of streamers have different lifestyles, but yeah. If you
want to be the best, you gotta be like Cutie.
Yeah,
the
you
number
got
one streamer on Twitch.tv.
you got to put in the hours, dude. Only you. The only thing stopping you from being successful is yourself. So if you want to be the best, be the best. That's the normal streamer style. There you go, guys. All right, next topic.
Very motivational.
The end of the season approaches. How does this season rank amongst all the other seasons you have played? This one's... I don't want to say the worst, but...
Just say it, dude. Throw it at me.
It's definitely not the best. I could say that one for sure.
Okay, there's 6 seasons of play, not including preseason. Where would you rank this?
Probably the worst. I go with the worst. What'd you think?
Most 90% of the season was really bad. I think if it's not the worst for me, it's the second worst. You know, they just did so many things like autofill, queue times.
Oh yeah,
MMR.
the key time. Oh man, I had so many back and forths with Riot. Like, please let me buy accounts. Please let me just go and do something other than wait in queue for an hour to get matched with like platinum players on a challenger. Like, what sense does this matchmaking make? Please don't make me.
Yeah,
do it,
I think
Riot.
the because they try to make queue time short, you getting matched with and a challenger. If you get matched with like, I know this is a meme, like the Diamond 2 player meme, but it's like the truth. Because the skill gap is so high, a lot of times you'll live and die by and currently teamwork is so important that a lot of times you'll live and die by the worst player on your team. And if the skill gap between the best and the worst player is like 500 LP plus a division, then it'll feel very unfair sometimes to play.
Yeah,
Not even for the challenger player, also for the diamond player. Like, he doesn't want to be there.
I mean, hey, they probably love it. They're like, yeah, dude, I get to play with my friend. You know how many players I get? Oh my God, it's Cutie Pie. I love playing with it.
When you hear that, what's the first thing?
You know what the first thing I do is? I go find the X mark on my league client and I click it. Like, abort, miss, get me out of this game right now, dude.
When I demoted to Diamond 1 on my main account, and I got like every game, I had multiple people be like, "Oh, Scarra, it's nice to meet you. Like, I'm a big fan." I'm happy I have fans, but I'm worried because it usually means that I've dropped to the LP where like people, it's not normal to see me. I'm just like, oh God, this is how far I've
Yeah,
gone.
I don't mean this in like an arrogant way, but like a lot of players that are high elo, they play with everyone. So like meeting someone doesn't matter to them. But if you're like coming up or whatever and you're like, oh my God, I get to play against Doublelift, my favorite player. Doublelift, I love watching your games, dude. It's like, not this, dude. Don't make me play this game. That's just the reality of it, dude.
Usually, a lot of times when you queue into the game, you recognize all the people in your team, right? Queuing.
Yeah.
If you don't, then you're worried, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and it's the truth. Same with me. Like, if I'm on my challenger account and I queue up and I recognize like only one of the other 4 people on my team, I'm like a little bit worried. I'm just like, how low LP are we talking about this game? Like oh no, oh no, the quality of this game may not be very high.
Yeah, because the thing is, a lot of people don't realize too, like the past seasons, like, I mean, the matchmaking, I wouldn't say it's as bad as it is now, but it wasn't like the greatest either. But at least back then, you could kind of one-man carry and it didn't really matter because League was still relatively new. People didn't really know how to play effectively and all that stuff. But as the seasons go by, people just generally get better and better. So it's a lot harder for one person to just be, all right, you guys shut up. I'm going to carry you all. Like, I mean, I'll try to do it whenever I can, but it can be real difficult to just 1v5 some games, man. It can be really difficult in this meta. You know what I'm talking about though, right?
Yeah, like the game started to move away less from a carry, one man carry, more of like a team style carry, which honestly I hate. I wish they bring back more of like the solo carry, but I understand why they shifted it away. But sometimes it just feels bad because on top of that, since matchmaking may give you like really wide margins, not only can you carry people less, other people can carry you down. And and that's why it's sometimes frustrating.
Yeah, it can be real sour. So I definitely think this season was probably the worst one yet. But I mean, they wanted to introduce dynamic queue. Who knows? Maybe next season it will be a lot better. I kind of hate the fact that you can't duo with anyone in Challenger because
Oh yeah, I used to think that was like a lot better, and for me, I'm still kind of indifferent on it. But I understand these, especially after I got into Challenger, I'm like secured my jacket, or like even if I don't secure my jacket, like especially as a bot lane, like your lane lives or dies off you communicating with another person, and if you can't play with another person, like it just sucks, actually. And so I feel really bad for bot lane players, actually.
yeah, bot lane, like communication is king in that lane because obviously it's two people. You need to be able to funnel information to each other to come up with the best like strategy to do what needs to be done to win your lane. And I mean, solo queue players aren't that bad, but sometimes it's just there can be some slight communication breakdowns that lead to some unfortunate events that lead
Kitty,
to
when's the last time you had a support where you're like, wow, this guy played so well? Just tell
holy,
me, dude.
I have no idea. I don't know when the last time that I said to myself, "Wow, this guy is just off the chain." I can tell you the last time I said, "God, I wish this guy played Nami or Jen." That was pretty easy, dude. But wow, this guy's playing unreal.
I
I
think
don't
the
know.
last time I heard you say it was when you do it with Aftermoo like months ago.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
aside from that, I've watched your stream here and there. I don't think I've ever heard you ever say those lines.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, there's still some players that I'll play with will really surprise me. But yeah, for the most part, it's just terrible. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of ads feel my pain about it in Challenger, where it's just like it can be real frustrating.
And the thing is, I know a lot of support mates who feel the same way. And it's just like if you want the support and the AD to all become better, you need them to duo because
I mean,
they can teach each other.
I don't think there needs to be duoing, but please just release voice comms or something. Like you can make
Oh yeah,
it
that would
only.
help a lot.
Yeah, you can make it only challenger, like a challenger reward. Okay, you got challenger, you get access to voice communication, dude. And
Riot would get flamed
yeah,
so
they could get
hard.
flat, but there's so many people that are like, I don't want voice comms. I'm never gonna use them. I'm bronze, and I like just being garbage at this game. Let me be, dude. Like, okay, you can do that. Like, let me have voice comms, and you can just be trash and bronze 5. That's fine with
Well,
me.
I mean, I think they should just release it to everyone and then just not have it turned off on default.
Yeah, I don't understand why people are
Maybe
so
it
against
could be
it.
behind the passcode. You know, you have to type in like a different phrase every week. Stuff like "I am not toxic." I I don't know, man. Like like maybe you have to do that to unlock the feature on a weekly basis. Like I think that like anything is better than the current system.
Yeah, like being able to communicate again, it's the most important thing. Like I stress this every time on this show when we talk about players, but communication is what makes a player great. And if you can communicate effectively, that's great. Solo queue, a lot of people would get a lot from being able to communicate with one another. So the fact that you can't duo sucks a lot, but at least make us able to talk with one another. That would be great. But yeah, this season, this one's garbage. Except Challenger Jacket. Actually, because Challenger Jackets came out, this one gets ranked first. Because this is the first season where they get physical rewards.
I think the last month of this season redeemed it from being god awful.
Yeah,
But if they
definitely.
didn't do that, oh my god, it would have been gone down as like the worst season ever.
Yeah, because this season started off like I'm telling you, this thing made me contemplate quitting this game. I love League, but holy moly, the start of this season was just the most. I don't know what Riot was thinking, but it was just terrible. I love the season now. I think there's a couple of things like voice communications that could make it better, but the season's pretty good now. It's still the worst season in my opinion, but hey, good attempt,
But
Riot.
yeah, nice recovery at the end. You know, it doesn't
Yeah,
feel that bad.
yeah, good thumbs up for me, man. All right, let's move on to the next topic then. So Scarra, If you had to pick a champion for every player on your team to play for the next 50 games, which would they be? This is easy as hell. I'll pick Olaf in the jungle, Syndra middle, Poppy top lane, Zyra support, and then I'll just play whatever I want. I'll play 50 games of Jhin. Okay, boom. I did it.
Wait, really?
Yeah, wait, what's wrong with that? I'll just pick the most OP shit.
Man, is it really that easy? You have Olaf frontline with Poppy. Olaf's disgusting. Poppy, pretty disgusting. Syndra will win all the lanes. And then Zyra, I guess, wins all the lanes too. And you have a good team comp too.
Yeah, what's the problem?
Man, maybe when I was doing this topic, I was thinking, maybe QD might want something special. Maybe he really likes playing a Malphite top lane.
Yeah, let me get the fucking teammate. Hey, QD, I'm gonna try this champion out for the first time. Well, guess I fed. Yeah, let me get Yasuo middle, top lane Yorick, jungle Evelyn. Fucking just put whatever support. Who cares, dude? He's got feed anyways. And then just have me. My chat loves Jinx, dude. I'll just play Jinx every game. How's that sound for a team fight,
dude? Okay. Fair enough. Looks like this topic, one I did not think of deeply enough. Because when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, I probably would want the same thing. I guess right now, let's switch this over a little bit. Since both our teams are going to be identical almost.
Yeah.
Well, do you think having more bans will help break out of this monotony? Because I'm sure in solo queue, you hate, you have some champions you just want to ban every game.
Oh, yeah,
and it's not
I
just
ban
three.
every jungler in the game. I don't care. Okay, go down the checklist. Nidalee, Hecarim, Olaf, Graves. I can't even think of all the Nunu, Elise.
You start hitting them up, dude, one at a time.
Yeah, just I'd have to open up the League of Legends client, look up all the junglers, but basically just ban them all out. Once they're all gone, okay, let's just.
What do you think about the idea people are worried about champion, whatchamacallit?
Diversity or
not
if
diversity,
run tricks or whatever.
Yeah. I think it's fine. I think if in the worst case scenario 10 AD carriers get banned. Well, shit. I guess you have to play something that's not an ideal AD carry.
I think it would be hilarious.
Position.
Yeah, I think it'd
great.
be great. I wouldn't have any problem. Dude, if someone was like, "Oh, Cutie's on the enemy team, better ban 10 ADs," it's like, great, dude. Now I can play some stupid shit.
Cutie's playing then you're playing Brand with Annie and the other teams playing Jarvan. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, the thing is people don't realize there are fun picks that some people love. People are telling me Cutie, dude, I love playing Kalista. Why don't we see any Kalista? You know why you don't see Kalista? It's because Jhin, it's because Zyra, it's because everything in the game's gonna just absolutely smash you. So if champions just start getting banned, if you're just banning Jhin, ban Caitlyn, ban whatever other AD, Ashe or some shit. And then it's well, I guess Kallista's not that bad. The problem with League right now is it's kind of on a tier list. And I don't know if that's something that's solvable really from a balance perspective, but it's pretty much, okay, here's S tier, A tier, B tier. If S tier is gone, you pick an A tier. If A tier is gone, you pick a B tier. There's no champions that are really. This guy is a Z tier. He's crazy. He's like a 10 tier, dude. He's a really crazy champion you wouldn't expect. It's okay, no, this guy, Syndra just one-shots everything. I'm going to pick Syndra. If Syndra's banned, I'm going to pick Ryze because he one-shots everything. And then if Ryze is banned, I'm just going to pick another champion that just one-shots everything. It's there's no, whoa, dude, I'm going to pick this crazy champion that does crazy stuff in the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for 10 bans, honestly, because I know at some point in solo queue, all the junglers are going to get banned out. And then it's going to be well, one jungler has to jungle, some really, old Gragas, and the other jungler on the other team has to jungle, something completely random. Ivern. It's going to get to the point where, Ivern's not even that bad of a pick here. I think that it'll be really cool. I think a lot of times, especially in Challenger, the games are kind of stale with the picks. I know I'm going to see a Syndra. If I leave it up, Ryze is going to get picked every.
Oh yeah, dude! I love
Jace
just predicting.
Top lane,
yeah,
7. Not every top lane player. Jace is the ultimate champion because he's the epitome of balance and can actually just always carry and wins every lane.
You want to talk about the epitome of balance? Olaf. Dude, this is what I'm talking about. There's S tier champions like Olaf, just Riot's masterpiece of balance right here. This champion is just, when you think of balance, Olaf comes to mind. He is perfection in my eyes, dude. And I know if I don't ban this champion now, I'm going to see him first picked instantly. Not even a second. It's not going to tick down 1 second. Just insta locked in, dude. And I hate it. I can't stand playing against them.
Oh, I think, yeah, they just did so many bad things with not only Olaf coming out, but also Skirmishing Smite and Ghost getting buffed. Yeah. Oh my god. Like, I like how bot laners just get run down and both the support and the AD can't. Even if he gets exhausted, he still kills you.
Yeah, he's just run through the tower, dude. Once he's level 6, he's just gonna face tank the tower. Oh, you're just like, your top lane's like feeding, so Olaf has 5 kills. He's just gonna face tank the tower, kill both of you. Loses like half his life. You didn't do anything to him. That's great, dude. Yeah,
it's gonna be great. I think more bans. I can't wait. Actually, I actually can't wait for next season.
Yeah, we've been talking about more bans for a while on this show. We talked about it like the second episode of this show.
Yeah, we talked about it last episode. And as we were talking about it, Riot announced it officially that they were thinking about it. And I was just like, wow, Riot's watching our show. They're looking for us for balance advice. So right now, Riot, I can just tell you, you're doing a great job removing Skirmishing Smite. Nerf the Ghost cooldown, and we're good to go.
Yeah, and nerf the junglers too. Just nerf the amount of gold jungle gives also. Nerf the experience. Just nerf everything about the jungle. Just make it not even a role anymore. Just get rid of all the jungle camps and make it so you have to 2v2 top lane. And I get the thumbs up for me, right?
Yeah. I don't know about that, but
I'm pretty happy with 10 bans though. Like, I'm excited to see. Hopefully they decide to make it the same in competitive as it is in solo queue. I doubt they will because it'll end up taking an eternity.
No, I hope they do. It makes it so interesting because you can play, like, if you got that Kalista pocket pick and you ban all the ADs and you force the other team into playing Sivir, you can bust it out and be like, I left you with one option and the option is awful for you. Take it. And you just bait them into it, dude. I think that drafting just becomes a lot more interesting if there's 10 bans, even if they don't snake it.
Yeah. So hopefully they do it. They didn't confirm whether or not they were doing it right. They just said that they were looking into it.
Yeah, they were looking into it. I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I think Riot learned their lesson where they just can't announce stuff unless they're sure of it. Like, ever since Magma Chamber, which was where everyone burned them saying, oh, you will have Magma Chamber, JK. Guys, not going to happen. Ever since then, I think they very rarely announce stuff that they don't go through with.
Okay, well, yeah, hopefully they bring it to 10 bans because this game definitely needs it. So, hey, good stuff, Riot Games. All right, let's move on to the final topic, the best topic. You know what topic it is, Scarra?
It's a Discord Q&A.
It's the Discord Q&A. Ladies and gentlemen, Scarra's ready for it. Imaqtpie's ready for it. Then let's get it underway. Get in the Discord right now, live Q&A happening on the Beyond the Rift server. You got to go to the channel, ask questions here. That's where you ask the questions, and we'll be answering them live on air. So, well, let's just get it underway. Major Jackass, he wants to know, what are your thoughts? So he wants us to go more in depth on 10 banned picks being introduced to draft/rank.
Okay, all right. This is what I think. I think it will just allow you more diversity to be seen because a lot of times champions are S tier because they just fit every single thing you want in a champion. They win lane, they're good in team fights, they can split push, they can poke, and they have sustain. And like, so they have like above A level stats on everything. They're usually just amazing at everything. And there's only usually about 4 picks that are like that. 4 or 5 picks in any given role, and after those picks are gone, you start having picks with weaknesses. Oh, this champion can't wave clear as well as this champion's less safe to lane with than the other champion. This champ doesn't have as much mobility as the other one. This one doesn't have any CC or as much CC. I think as soon as you take away the really god tier champions, you're left with champions with flaws. And the thing about champions with flaws is that it opens up the champion pool for there to be more diverse picks because, oh, you're playing against a champion without much wave clear. Well, now we can draft a comp that can rotate mid early and then pressure you to get the first tower early, and we can work off that. And I think that, or if your player really really good one trick, but the one trick isn't very good in current meta, like for instance, let's say me, like I'm really good at I'm good at Diana, whatever, Cat, and I really only can take the matchup into two champions, like Xerath being the prime champion I want. I can maybe if Xerath suddenly becomes kind of meta, I can just ban stuff to where I can maybe force the enemy team into picking Xerath or forcing their ban onto my pocket pick. And I think that that's really interesting, not only to watch but also to play. The ability to play against a more varied cast of champions. Like I want to play against a diverse champion pool. There's 110 champions in the game right now, something more than 120, and I want to be able to play against at least 80 of them like throughout the month. And sometimes that just doesn't happen.
Agreed. My man, the one and only Ula Hoop wants to know, would you like to see new summoner spells, and if so, any idea of what they would be? I'm fine with the summoner spells, honestly. I mean, I think it'd be interesting if they removed Flash. It always gets talked about, but removing Flash would be kind of cool. I think it'd make the game horribly imbalanced because the game's basically balanced around Flash. So I don't know. I feel like the summoner spells we have now, you can't really shake it up because the game's kind of balanced, taking them into account. So yeah,
I agree with Cutie here. I think that you just can't remove too much. The only thing I would say about summoner spells, I don't want them to add any more. I just think they need to nerf Exhaust and Ghost right now. And everything else is
Exhaust
good.
Exhaust pretty much. The Assassin update's hype. Exhaust is pretty much going to kill any chance of any of those champions.
The fact that mid laners are starting the LL Stylish is really popular Zed main on NA, and he has to take cleanse every game because that's the only way he can counter Exhaust. I think that's pretty depressing. He just hopes the other mid laner takes Exhaust, and he just takes cleanse to counter it. And I'm just this is actually the most depressing thing I've seen. But he has to do it just to make his champion effective sometimes. I think that's crazy. I think that QSS not removing Exhaust was one of the biggest mistakes, or one of a pretty big mistake.
Yeah, so I agree with Scarra on that one. Z Scorpy wants to know, forgiven to TSM, ? Do you think God Given is going to join Team Solo Mid? God Given. You don't think God Given's going to join it?
Maybe. Well, I'll put it at a 30% chance.
30%, dude. Why not 50-50? Either it happens or it doesn't.
It just seems unlikely. I feel like this is the same thing that happened where people were talking about people just want to see good players on good teams. And that's it. When it comes to just there's no logic behind it sometimes. They're just Piglet to TSM, that sounds great. Because that's what
Piglet
the talk was
to
before.
Team Liquid, that sounds great.
Yeah, no, I'm serious. Even when Piglet went to Team Liquid, people were like, oh my god, Piglet to Team Liquid? World champion North America? How can they possibly not make Worlds this year? And it's well,
OQ
let me tell
and
you.
Ganked by Mom to NRG, this will be awesome.
Yeah, and it's just it's more to the game than just the raw skill of the players. Remember, me and Kitty talked about communication being the most important thing, and they be able to work together as a team. I don't know if I think every player matures as they play more and more. I think Forgiven maybe was a terrible teammate before. Now, I don't know. I think he might be a pretty good teammate. Hard to say, though. I don't work with him personally. I just don't think – it just doesn't seem likely to me that he joins TSM. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I don't think it's happening. So there you go, my man. Dr. Manhattan, what would it take for Thresh to see more competitive play? Remember what we talked about S tier? Thresh is shit tier. You need to be a god. So what Scarra was saying about champions with weaknesses, so you have Zyra, who can basically poke you to 0% life by not even being anywhere near you. And then you have Thresh, who has to be in melee range basically to do anything, and then you're just going to die. If he's throwing max range, you need to be a god Thresh to make him work. And then if you're a god Thresh, then that means that you know how to position effectively and you could just play Zyra. So I don't think that unless like champion nerfs come out or something like that, maybe more bans. Yeah.
I think he would have to be a rebuff. Do you remember the time where Thresh had like insane base armor and insane base health? Like he had some of the, like some of the best base health of any support in the game. They nerfed him 4 times. I think that if he gets some of his nerfs reverted, he's not that bad of a champion anymore. Because as it is, it's like if you walk up to try to tank the poke to get close enough to flay them, you're just gonna die. Like you're gonna get low enough to where like you flay them and they just all in you, and your AD is like desperately trying to save your ass. I think it might just change based on how the meta shifts. I remember there was a period of time where Janna was like the most meta pick, and then everyone just started playing Thresh into Janna because that matchup is actually really easy for Thresh. And so a lot of it has to do with meta, and some of it just has to do with he just needs, like, if he gets base stat buffs, he'll be amazing again.
Yeah, he just needs buffs basically. So hopefully they'll give him some. We'll see, dude. Let's see. Jay wants to know, at Scarra, since you got the insider information, will Immortals stay together because they haven't announced anything yet? Oh, there's your answer.
I highly doubt their 5-man roster will stay together, and by highly doubt, I mean I don't think it's happening. It's not gonna happen. I really don't think it's gonna happen.
Man,
No.
what's wrong with the Immortals roster, dude?
I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but I mean that's not true. I just think that I think their players are just all going to other teams or something like that. I just suspect that maybe they definitely don't have the same 5-man roster. And to be honest, I expect no team to have the same 5-man roster that's not TSM, which is or before they announced Doublelift retiring. Usually everyone changes at least one person. And Immortals, I think, will change at least 2 this season.
Plompo, he takes an angle with this question we didn't suspect.
Okay.
Do you think Doublelift is taking a split off to utilize the new replay system Riot is implementing so he can come back stronger than ever? Plompo, you're a genius. Why didn't I see that before? My God, what a fool I was. What a strategically planned break. Right when replay systems were coming out, are you kidding me? I didn't consider that.
Yeah, Double is definitely going to use the replay system to full effect when he analyzes why his support walked up to the enemy Zyra at level 2 and killed himself. He's going to go over that replay a lot. Like into the night at like 1 a.m. he's going to be like, oh my God, this is why he did it. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be.
You win an award, man. That's the best question I got today.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be utilizing the replay system, sadly. But who knows? Maybe I'm right, dude. Doublelift's a schemer, dude. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve. Maybe he's got something up his sleeve to win Worlds this year. Who knows, dude? Or next year. I guess we'll just have to find out. Let me see. Next question will be. Many wants to know, how do you guys legitimately feel about the future of NA and other regional teams while organizations like SKT are around? I don't think that's going to stop NA organizations from... It's not like SKT's winning Worlds again. Guess there's no point in making an organization because Worlds is the only thing that matters to us.
All I have to say is the Cubs just won the World Series. You're really going to tell me NA not winning after 4 years means anything? We just gotta have persistence. I'm not even worried. At some point, NA is just gonna win Worlds. It might be when the game is completely dead and all the Korean teams disband, and like COG as the last team in the league, and they win Worlds. But they're gonna win it at some point. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. I just don't know when, but it'll happen, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt. North America, if it's known for anything, it's known for its its ability to persevere. So we will win a championship. It may not be this year, it may not be in 10 years, but we're going to win a championship, baby. It's coming to the home soil one day. Let me see. Next question will be Seaboard number 1280. Do you think Riot needs to change anything about Baron? You got any problems with Baron Nashor? Dude?
I actually think it's great. The fact that Baron creates a fight, and it's so like, there's so many games where you're just like, oh my, I can't believe they threw that game at Baron. I can't believe he stole that Baron. I think it actually what Baron does for the game is absolutely great.
Yeah,
Super
it creates like so much like conflict and stuff. They tried doing it with the dragon, and I mean, some people fight for the dragon, but half of them are worthless.
No, other dragon's useless. If there's anything the only thing I want to change about the jungle situation is buffing the duration that Elder Dragon like buff lasts.
They're doing,
and they're already doing that. Yeah. And so I'm just like, all right, great. We're already getting somewhere. Riot's removing Skirmisher Spite. Let's ignore them adding plants. It's just not a great idea. And they're increasing Elder buff dragon duration. It's great. They've already improved the jungle tremendously. I'm happy to some extent.
Yeah, it is. It is A-okay, man. That stuff is decent. Carbon wants to know, Scar, can pro players choose any skin during matches on stage, or is it the skins directly from their live solo queue accounts? Dude, come on, man. Riot's not skimping out that much. You can pick whatever skins you want as long as they're regulation.
Yeah, there's banned skins where their particles are hard to see or something like that. Actually, I was really surprised at Worlds. In LCS, you weren't allowed to use the new Ash skin, the Project Ash, because the hitbox on the arrow is deceptive comparative to what it really looks like. The animation comes out like thinner, and it's really weird compared to the normal animations. That skin was actually banned on its release, and it was just at like Worlds or like a little bit before Worlds that they allowed AD carries to use that skin. I remember Sneaky even tweeted that, I think, where he was like, wait, they're allowed to use that skin? And when I played, every Diana skin was banned, so I had to use default. And I was just like, they wouldn't let Lunar Diana skin wasn't in the game, and they wouldn't let me use Dark Valkyrie because the animation was too it was too dark to see or something. And I was just like, are you serious? I don't want to use this ugly ass skin, but I had no choice.
Feels bad.
Now I think you're allowed to use either of the skins, so it's gotten a lot better. You get more skins are available for you to play.
My man, this is gonna be the last question. My man, Inconvertus/Dave wants to know, what division is considered decent in this game? You always say Diamond 2's trash. This is at Scar.
Oh.
Scar, you always say D2's trash.
What? No, it's you. What? There's no way this says at Scarra.
And I always feel sad. Scar, I'm just reading what he wrote.
No,
when I hear that Diamond
that
1 is bad, and he put a frowny face at the end of it, dude.
Look, it's always subjective. So when players who are going to talk to you, if they're bronze, they're going to say bronze is good. And if they're plat, they're going to say plat is good. It's all, even for us, it's subjective. You know, both me and Cutie have played at the pro level, which is the level above Challenger, essentially. And since we both have accounts in Challenger, I'm used to the level of play that Challenger is. And so 2 divisions below Challenger, which is Diamond, is what I would consider to be a division that's not very good. But that's just all subjective because that's just my expectations of what I consider good play to be.
Yeah, like from our perspective, again, since we're both former pro players or whatever, and we're both like still maintain a pretty decent ranking. For us, unless you're at the top, basically, it's garbage. Like Diamond, I don't think is a very good rating. I don't think it requires very much to get there. If you're Diamond, you should be proud of it. If this is your first season ever hitting D5, dude, congratulations, because you're probably the top, like, what is it, like 5% of the rank community or some crazy number like that. Like when you break it down to the numbers, like Platinum dudes, that shit's great. Like congratulations to hitting Plat 1, because that is like, I think that's like 10% Plat 1 or something. It's just some like crazy, because Bronze and Silver is like, it's like more than half of the community. So
yeah, I would say you shouldn't consider what's good based on the people you watch who are used to like very high levels of play. If you're playing, just use the division as a means of judging progress. So if you started at bronze and next season you're silver, dude, you did a kick-ass job, man. If you're at bronze and you go to diamond, you also did a great job. If you go like plat to diamond, even if you go down, it's like, oh, okay, maybe you're having a bad season. Maybe you don't have enough time to play. But I wouldn't be too worried about it. You know, I think it was I think it was like Day 9 who used the line that says you should use the division or the ladder system as just as a rate of or a judgment of progress rather than like an actual indicator of skill. And I think that that's, especially for individual people, a lot better to think about than saying that, oh, you have to be at least this good to ride this high LP to ride like the good machine. Like,
Yeah, because
you have to be
even
at least
challenger
diamond
players
or
are
master.
garbage. Like some of the challenger players I play with, I'm like, Jesus, this guy sucks, dude. Like being challenger doesn't make you good. Being diamond doesn't make you bad. It's like how you actually perform. So
Well, and the easiest thing is just look at Kitty's last game. My two nicks I need to see when he was ending. He was playing with a jungler named Galen, which is going to Scouting Grounds. He's an Eve player.
Yes.
And the other jungler, literally, as the game was ending, was just like, look at this guy. I can't believe you're going to Scouting
no,
Grounds.
he said congratulations on Scouting Grounds. That means something.
Yeah, it's like Jesus Christ, man. Like people, like even at Challenger, he's like ranked like 20 or something. People were still shit talking each other. Like I'm telling you, don't worry about.
People are always gonna find a way to try to like make you feel down about your ranking. You shouldn't worry about that. Just like we say it because we hold ourselves to like I guess a standard of like we need to be better, we want more, we want this stuff, and obviously you should hold yourself to that standard too, but like we're challenger players, so we're like former professional players, so our standards are a little higher than like your average player. If you're platinum, congratulations, dude. I mean, hopefully you can hit diamond before the end of the season. If you're plat 1, I mean, congratulations again. You shouldn't be ashamed of it. And, yeah.
You just keep going, man. Like the first or second time it's fine, but like after the fifth time, I'm just
because I don't want people to feel bad. Because I mean, I'll say like, Jesus, dude, I got an all diamond team. I'm so fucked. It's not like the diamond players are gonna lose me the game. Realistically, I mean, sometimes they will, but you know how. You know what? Just forget it, man.
You are okay. Whatever rating you are, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, great thumbs up, man. Good shit.
If
Go
you have
far.
improved since your initial rating, which I suspect is many of you, you're doing a fantastic job. If you've gotten a little bit lower, I'm sorry, but don't worry. I believe you can get higher. There we go. That's all we need to say.
And that's how we're going to be signing out, boys, because that was the last question to conclude the Discord live Q&A on Beyond the Rift. Dun dun. And that's it for Beyond the Rift, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our sponsors up above, Bloody and Discord, for helping us to be able to deliver this hard-hitting content to you. 15 weeks in a row. Going to make it 16 because we'll be back next Thursday, my friends. And we're going to be stronger than ever. Scar, if they love you, dude, if they want more of you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitch or Twitter under the name Scarra. That's spelled Scarra, 2 R's. And then that's really it, you know? I'll be streaming throughout the week, and everything's good, man. Just check me out if you want to.
Hey, and if you're a platinum player, I just want to tell you again, congratulations. Thumbs up, man. Don't ever feel bad about anything that anybody says to you, dude. And Scar is dying, so that's gonna be it for the show. Scar, someone get him a medic or some shit. All right, that's it, guys.